All right, everybody, week 15 in the NFL continues on Saturday with Buffalo 5-point road favorites in Denver to face the Broncos. The over is 4-0-1 the last 5 Bills games on grass. The over is 8-1-1 in the Bills' last 10 games following a straight-up win. 5 of the last 6 Bills road games have gone over the total. Buffalo is 5-0 against spread in their last 5 overall. The Bills are 10-3 straight up and 8-5 against spread so far this year. The Bills had a big win over the Steelers last week. They got a bit of a look ahead to New England, their nemesis for the past 20 years in the division. Could this be a trap game? I'm not so sure. I just think Buffalo is a bit of a better team. I think it might mean Denver will keep it close, but I'll give you my picks at the end. Bills are 6-0 against spread their last 6 meetings. The underdog is 5-1 against spread in this series. 8 of the last 12 meetings have gone over the number. Broncos are 5-1 straight up their last 6 at home versus Buffalo. Broncos are 7-2 against spread their last 9 games versus the AFC. Denver is 5-8 straight up and 8-5 against spread so far this season. 5 of the last 6 Broncos games have gone under the total. Broncos are 2-4 straight up their last 6 games. Denver is 27-16 against the spread as home underdogs since 1991. I like Buffalo to win this game. I like Denver to cover the 5 points. I think this is a 3 or 4 point game in the end. Carolina on the road in Green Bay. Panthers. McCaffrey is doubtful. Moore is questionable, so they hope to get 2 of them back, 2 of them playing on Sunday. Will it make a difference for Carolina? Not much. I don't think they've won a game with McCaffrey starting this year. Green Bay's 8-point home favorites in this one. Panthers are 4-9 straight up and 7-6 against spread this year. Carolina is 1-7 straight up in their last 8 games. Panthers are 5-0 against spread their last 5 as road dogs. The home team is 5-0 against spread their last 5 meetings. McCaffrey, I already told you about McCaffrey. 7 of the last 8 meetings have gone over the total. Green Bay is 4-1 straight up at home versus Carolina. Packers are 7-3 against spread versus the NFC. The Packers are 1-5 against spread their last 6 games following a straight up win. Green Bay, they're down 2 offensive linemen. How big of an impact will that have on this game? I'm not sure against Carolina, who has been off all season long. Green Bay is 35-20 against spread at home in December since 2000. Rodgers is 106-72 against spread since 2009. Green Bay is 10-3 straight up and 8-5 against the spread so far this season. Packers are 5-1 straight up their last 6 games. Green Bay's 11-1 straight up their last 12 at home. I'd like Green Bay to get the win and the cover here. Carolina going up to the bitter cold Green Bay. Yeah, I just like Green Bay. I think they're a better team on both sides of the ball, and they're playing for something. Rodgers, 40 touchdowns. First quarterback to do that, I believe. 40 rushing touchdowns. 3 straight seasons, isn't now, or something. He's done it 4 times, whatever. Rodgers is phenomenal. The Bears on the road in Minnesota. The Vikings, 3-point home favorites. Both teams are 6-7 straight up and against spread this year. Kendricks and Rudolph are out for the Vikings. Bears are 1-7 against spread their last 8 games following an against spread win. Chicago is 1-6 against spread their last 7 versus the NFC North. 7 of the Bears' last 10 games have gone under the total. Chicago is 1-6 straight up their last 7 overall. The Bears are 3-8 against spread their last 11 road games. Chicago is 2-6 straight up at Minnesota. The over is 4-1 in the Bears' last 5 versus the NFC North. The under is 13-5 in the last 18 meetings. The underdog is 5-2 against spread in their last 7 versus each other. Bears are 5-2 against spread in their last 7 meetings. The home team's won 27 of the last 35 between these two. The home team is also 7-3 against spread their last 10 meetings. Vikings are 0-4 against spread their last 4 overall. The over is 7-1 the last 8 Vikings home games. Mini is 6-2 straight up at home versus Chicago. I like the Bears to win this one by a field goal. Even if Minnesota does win, I think the Bears cover this spread. I probably won't be touching this game, especially with Kendricks and Rudolph out. There's only a handful of games that I play each week that I'd really play. I just like to give you guys the stats and info on and how I feel about all of them. Detroit 11-point dogs on the road in Tennessee. The Lions are 5-10 against spread as a double-digit dog since 2009. Golladay is out. Stafford, he's supposedly going to play through his rib and right thumb injury. Detroit 7-18 against spread as an underdog of 6+ since 2011. The Lions are 13-21 against spread on the road versus teams with winning records since 2011. Detroit's 5-8 straight up and 6-7 against spread this year. Lions are 4-9 straight up their last 13 road games. Detroit's 1-5 straight up their last 6 in Tennessee. The total's gone over in 5 of the last 7 Detroit games. 4 of the last 5 times Lions were dogs, the total's gone over. The over is 4-0 in the last 4 Detroit games following a straight up win. Detroit is 1-4 against spread their last 5 versus the Titans. Lions are 0-5 straight up their last 5 versus Tennessee. The underdog is 4-1 against spread their last 5. The over is 5-0-1 in Tennessee the last 6 games following an against spread win. The over is 6-1 in Tennessee's last 8 at home. 6-1-1, 10 of the last 13 Titans games have gone over the total. The Titans are 9-4 straight up and 6-7 against spread this year. Titans are 4-2 against spread their last 6 overall, and they are 12-5 straight up in their last 17 overall. Tennessee is 8-2 straight up their last 10 versus NFC teams. I like the Titans to win this. I like them to roll over Detroit, actually, especially with no Golladay still, Stafford playing hurt. I think this game could get ugly early. I'll take Tennessee even though it is a big double-digit number. Houston 7.5-point dogs on the road to face the Colts. Indy has won 28 of the last 37 meetings. Houston is 4-9 straight up and 4-9 against spread this season with a 2-5 against spread road total. Colts are 9-4 straight up and 8-5 against spread so far. Texans are 0-5 against spread, 1-4 straight up their last 5 versus Indianapolis. Houston is 3-15 straight up when playing in Indy. Texans are 1-6 against spread versus teams with winning records. 6 of Houston's last 8 games on the road have gone over the total. 4 of the last 5 and 9 of the llast 11 meetings have gone under the number in this series, though. The road team is 10-2 against spread their last 14 meetings. Indy is 12-3 against spread their last 17. Colts are 4-1 against the spread. Sorry, I'm having trouble talking today. Colts are 4-1 against spread and straight up their last 5 overall. That 12-3 against spread was the last 17 meetings versus each other. Indy is 15-5 straight up their last 20 games at home. 7 of the Colts' last 9 games have gone under the number. I like Indianapolis to win this game. That's a tough number, that hook, 7.5. Oh man, I can't decide. I'll take the Colts on the point spread. Probably a game I stay completely away from again. Jacksonville plus 13 at Baltimore. 13-point home favorites are the Ravens. Jags are 1-12 straight up and 6-7 against spread so far this season. Jacksonville's 47-84 against spread versus non-divisional opponents since 2008. The Ravens are 8-5 straight up and 7-5-1 against spread this year. Baltimore is 6-4 straight up and 3-6-1 against spread the last 10 meetings. The under is 7-3 the last 10 versus. Jags are 4-2 against spread their last 6 overall. Jacksonville, they're on a 10-game losing skid, 5-0 against spread their last 5 versus the Ravens, however, Jags are 0-7 straight up on the road. Baltimore, they are 9-4 straight up their last 13 games against Jacksonville. Baltimore is 6-1 straight up their last 7 at home versus Jacksonville. Jags are 10-2-1 against spread versus the AFC North. Ravens are 4-2 against spread their last 6 overall. Baltimore is 14-6 straight up their last 20 at home and overall. Ravens are 7-0 against spread their last 7 December games. This is one, it's a big spread, but I will be betting on Baltimore to win and cover this game. I think this game gets very ugly very fast as well. New England, 1.5-point road dogs in Miami. The Dolphins, 1.5-point home favorites. That's it against the Patriots team. Like, I get it. Bill Belichick is a master against rookie quarterbacks. Just look what he did to Justin Herbert a couple weeks ago. Like 45-0, just pure domination. When New England isn't that great of a team this season, but I don't know if he's going to be able to scheme that up. I don't know. Is this public perception because of how much New England's dominated, or is it because Miami doesn't have a flashy player on their team like a McCaffrey or a Rodgers or a Brady or somebody like that? I don't understand why this number is so low personally. And my recent memory, I feel like New England struggled versus Miami the most out of anyone in their division over the last few years. All right, here's the numbers. New England has won 18 of the last 27 versus Miami. The home team has won 14 of the last 18 meetings. The favorite is 11-5 against spread their last 16 meetings. Pats are 8-4 against spread their last 12. Pats are 63-44 against spread versus the AFC East since 2001. Pats are 6-7 straight up and against spread this year, and 2-5 against spread on the road this year. The Dolphins, they're 8-5 straight up and 10-3, league best 10-3 against spread so far this season, and they are 6-1 against spread at home this year. New England's 4-2 straight up their last 6 overall. The Pats are 2-5 against spread their last 7 games on the road. Dolphins are 8-1 against spread and 7-2 straight up their last 9 overall. Miami is 5-2 against spread their last 7 games at home versus New England. I think Miami wins this one by well more than the 2 points they're picked to. I love Miami to win on and cover on this. This is one of my favorite games of the week. I will definitely be hammering Miami all day. Seattle, 6.5 point road favorites in Washington to face the football team. The Seahawks, they're 35-19 against spread in Week 11 or later since 2013. Pete Carroll's 13-7 against spread in early East Coast games. Washington is 16-30 against spread after a road win since 2000. The football team is 4-1 against spread and straight up their last 5 games overall. Washington is 4-14 straight up their last 18 games at home. Last 7 Washington games versus the NFC West have gone under the total. Seattle are 9-4 straight up and 7-6 against spread this year, with a 2-4 against spread road record this season. The football team is 6-7 straight up and 7-6 against spread this year. Seattle is 3-6 against spread in their last 9 games. The last 5 Seattle games have gone under the total. Seattle is 1-4 against spread their last 5 games on the road. The over is 4-2 when Seattle plays in Washington. Seattle is 5-2 against spread their last 7 versus NFC teams. The Seahawks, they're 16-4 straight up their last 20 versus the NFC East specifically. Gibson, he is doubtful, questionable, it keeps fluctuating. He's got turf toe injury if I remember correctly. It's really driving me crazy because he is one of my main backs in my fantasy league, and I'm in the semifinals this weekend, so having to sit him, what a tough spot to be in. And then I can't decide where I got to play Kyler Murray against my favorite fucking team in the semifinals as well. What a rough weekend for me in my fantasy league. Anyways, sob story for another day. I like Seattle to win this game, but I do like the football team to cover the 6.5 points. San Fran, 3-point road favorites in Dallas. Zeke Elliott, he's doubtful for this game. If he's out, man, I just think Dallas is pretty much done. Niners are 5-8 straight up and against spread this year, 4-2 against spread on the road this season. San Fran's 1-5 against spread and straight up their last 5 games overall. The Niners, they're 11-4 straight up their last 15 games on the road. San Fran is 1-5 straight up their last 6 versus Dallas. Different circumstance, too many injuries in Dallas. This isn't hating on Dallas for hating Dallas. It's hating on the fact that you can't cover spreads so far this season due to a massive load of injuries. So it's totally injury driven, my picks against you. San Fran, 7 of the last 9 meetings have gone over the total. The favorite is 4-1 against spread their last 5 meetings. The road team is 3-1 against spread their last 4 meetings. The over is 4-1 the last 5 times these two have played in Dallas. Dallas is 4-9 straight up and 3-10. The league worst 3-10 against spread this season. They are 1-5 against spread at home this year. Cowboys are 1-8 against spread versus NFC. The underdog is 99-67 in Dallas Cowboys games since 2010. Dallas is 0-4 against spread their last 4 games following a straight-up win. Cowboys are 5-0 against spread their last 5 games as home dogs. Dallas is 1-5 against spread their last 6 at home. And, man, I I'll be staying away from this game, truthfully. I'm not going to put real money on this game. Maybe if I was in a pools or something, but my pick would be San Fran to win and cover the spread. Tampa Bay, the Bucks are in Atlanta to face the Falcons. I believe Julio Jones is out again this week. I haven't double-checked the final injury reports on the afternoon. The Bucks are 8-5 straight up and 7-6 against spread this year. The Falcons are 4-9 straight up and 5-8 against spread this season. Tampa is 4-1 straight up their last 5 road games. Tampa is 1-5 against spread their last 6 games following a straight up win. The Bucks are 3-6 against spread their last 9 games versus the NFC South. The over is 8-1 the last 9 games Tampa played the NFC South. Tampa is 6-12 straight up in their last 18 December games. The road team is 104-65 against the spread in Bucks games since 2009. The Bucks are 1-6 straight up their last 7 versus Atlanta. The underdogs 4-1 against spread their last 5 meetings. The over is 4-0 the last 4 meetings overall, and the last 4 in Atlanta as well. The total's gone over in 6 of the last 7 meetings in Atlanta, if you want to take that number deeper. The Falcons are 7-2 straight up in their last 9 December games. This is a real tough one again. I got to pick Tampa to win the game and Atlanta to cover the spread. This is one of them divisional rivalries where even though Atlanta shouldn't be in this game, the Bucks should be the much better team. I just think Atlanta stays close. They might even squeak out an upset, but I just can't pick them. So I will pick Tampa to win, Atlanta to cover. The Jets plus 17 on the road to face the Rams in LA. Jets are 0-13 straight up and 4-9 against spread this year. New York's 1-7 against spread their last 8 versus the NFC West. The Rams are 9-4 straight up and 8-5 against spread this season, 4-2 against spread at home this year. LA is 4-1 against spread in their last 5 overall. The Jets are 2-8 straight up in their last 10 versus the Rams. New York is 1-5 straight up their last 6 against the Rams in LA. That's all I'm talking about this game. 17 points. What an atrocious number. This is probably going to be like a 35-3, 35-10 score, so the Rams should get the win and cover. But my advice, stay away from another big number. Philadelphia, 6.5 point road underdogs in Arizona to face the Cardinals. Cards are 7-6 straight up and 6-7 against spread this year, 2-4 against spread at home. Arizona's 1-5 against spread their last 6 games. The Cards are 5-1 straight up their last 6 versus the NFC East. Eagles are 4-8-1 straight up, 5-8 against spread this year. They are 1-5 against spread on the road this season. Philly is 2-5 straight up their last 7 versus Arizona. Eagles are 1-4 against spread in Arizona. The Eagles are 35-23 against spread as road dogs since 2005. The Cards are 30-21 against spread in December at home since 2000. The home team is 7-3 against spread in this matchup. Kyler Murray's shoulder, is he healthy? Jalen Hurts, what a game last week. Fantastic. Fucking amazing watching that game. And then you have your corner get injured. Other cornerback get injured. Safety get injured. 2 linemen go down. And then New Orleans creeps back and you're like, holy fuck, are they going to fucking blow this one? And no, they hold on for the win. It was bittersweet because I still think Wentz is a quality quarterback who has not been schemed properly. And I really interested in seeing what's going to happen going forward with my Eagles. I like Arizona to win this game, though. I like Philadelphia to cover. They showed me enough last week where I don't think they're going to win out or anything like that, or win the NFC East or anything like that. But I do think they're going to be competitive the rest of the season and play a little bit smarter than they were. Kansas City on the road to face New Orleans. The Chiefs, they are 3-point road favorites. The Chiefs are 12-1 straight up and 6-7 against spread this year. Kansas City is 0-5 against spread their last 5 overall. Kansas City is 4-2 straight up their last 6 versus the Saints. Excuse me. Kansas City is 9-0 their last 9 road games. 9 straight wins on the road in the NFL is hard to do, no matter what your schedule, how hard or soft it may be or appear to be. Kansas City is 9-0 their last 9 on the road. I just said that. The under is 4-1 the last 5 meetings. New Orleans is 10-3 straight up and 7-6 against spread this year. Saints are 6-1 against spread as a home dog. Saints are 5-1 against spread their last 6 games overall. Mahomes is 39-9 straight up and 28-18 against spread in his career. And take that further, he's 21-12 against spread when favored by less than double digits, so by basically less than 10. Andy Reid is 7-2 against spread in his second consecutive road game. When the Chiefs play 2 games on the road in a row, that is Andy Reid's against spread record since he's been coaching Kansas City. Drew Brees back in the starting lineup for the Saints. He's 10-2 against spread as a home dog and 55-32 against spread as a dog. What will the outcome of this one be? I think Kansas City is a better team personally. I think they'll go in there and I think 3 points might be the perfect number to put this at, but I'm going to pick Kansas City to win and cover the spread. Cleveland, the Browns are in New York to face the Giants. This is the Sunday nighter. Man, I've been off on the Browns. I just haven't. I've been kind of waiting for them to prove it to me. And when do I say they have proven it to me? I don't know. I'm close, Cleveland. I'm close. Your record, I can't say enough about it. I don't see how you're going to lose to the Giants today, even though they've been playing well. Browns are 9-4 straight up, 5-8 against spread this year. I think they will reach double digits for the first time, which seems like, the early 80s to me. I don't know. I didn't look that up. I should have, but whatever. It is what it is. They are 2-4 against spread on the road this season, however. Cleveland's 2-6 against spread in their last 8 games. Browns are 1-4 straight up and against spread in their last 5 versus the Giants. Cleveland's 2-10 against spread their last 12 road games. Browns are 0-6 against spread as a road fave. New York 5-8 straight up and 8-5 against spread this year. 2-4 against spread at home. Giants are 4-1 straight up their last 5 overall. New York is 4-12 against spread at home in their last 16 games there. Giants are 1-5 against spread their last 6 versus the AFC. Favorite is 4-1 against spread in their last 5 meetings, and the Browns are 1-4 against spread their last 5 meetings. I think this is a matchup of 2 totally different teams, especially with another key running back that's been gone for the whole year for the Giants. I think that's really affected them. They have played well lately. They have showed that they are in a fight with Washington, with the football team for the NFC East title this year. I just think Cleveland is too much for them to overtake this week. I think Cleveland goes in there and gets the win, and I'll even take Cleveland to cover the 6 points. Monday nighter, last game of Week 15, Pittsburgh in Cincinnati to face the Bengals. Man, so many injuries and COVID to a lot of key positions. I don't think the injuries are any more this year per se. I haven't looked at any stats to verify or disprove this, but I just feel like it's more bigger name players that are getting injured this year, which is different from years past where I don't think the total number of injuries is actually increased overall. That's something for you guys to look up, or maybe I'll do some research on that and put out a video about it or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Steelers are 11-1 straight up and 8-5 against spread this year. 4-2 against spread on the road. Bengals, they're 2-10-1 straight up and 7-5-1 against spread this season. They are 4-1-1 against spread at home, however. Steelers are 16-3-2 against spread their last 21 versus Cincinnati. Pitt is 21-7-1 against spread their last 29 meetings versus Cincinnati. Steelers are 2-4 against spread their last 6 overall. Pitt is 10-3-2 against spread their last 15 versus the Bengals. Steelers are 10-0 straight up their last 10 versus Cincinnati. Pitt's got amazing defense, great coaching. Bengals are beat up, they're injured. This should be a rout. I don't care how poorly the Pittsburgh offense has played lately. This is a game where they can correct themselves. Big Ben, he's got to have himself a good game this week. I just can't, I can't resist the 13, even though it's a big number. I just think Cincy has too many woes and just aren't good enough yet. Pittsburgh wins and gets the cover. I think they win by 14, 17 points. That's my Week 15 stats and picks for this week, guys. Peace.